It's like 70 feet above the house or something. It was up there up until a windstorm blew it down. Or a bad windstorm. Years. It got blew down sometime in the late 80s, early 90s. Indeed, my mama came in and said, well, my daddy's old antenna finally got blew down. He was smart. He was one of those people that became what became the CIA in World War II. He's a smart man. He wouldn't even let his children participate in stuff like the, the girls that stole the cookies or all that. He wouldn't let my mama participate in stuff like that. He heard that the Masons were involved. We're talking about back in the 40s, y'all. 40s and 50s. 50s when she was a little girl. Yeah, he was one of those. He didn't talk about it, but we know of. Boy, I would have loved. I'm telling you, he died in '88. I didn't get obsessed with that stuff years later. I'd have loved to pick that brain. I was interested in all that stuff. MK Ultra, all of it. How I found out what he was, my mama would tell what he was. And InfoWars did a documentary on him. That's how I learned. That's what my grandpa knew. Because my mom always told what he was. And I tell you, one time the governor at the time he was actually this lieutenant. He eventually became the main governor. Miller. One time at school, I kid y'all not, he walked up to me, shook my hand. Oh, you know how he knew who I was. Your grandfather was a great man, he told me. I said, oh, not what I heard. I told him not what I heard. He gave me a strange look. You know, mama didn't like him. So I grew up hearing that. And I told him, not what I heard. I didn't even know him. I seen him 3 times in my life. 2 times at school and 1 time at home. When he's putting our gas in. Boy, I'd have loved to hear him. Especially, he died, like I said, he died in '88. But I was interested in all this stuff. I studied all of it, MK Ultra, all of it. I even believed what they did to those people. Because I think my mama and them might have met the other personality. Because every time you'd run into anybody that knew him, they was always telling you how good he was. He wasn't good to them. Well, if you know anything about what they did to those people they sent on enemy lines, they programmed them an A and B personality. Now, I don't know which one they met. I don't know if they met A or B, but I think they met one of the program personalities of the people they sent behind enemy lines. Because they met a totally different man than what I heard about. Like even his other wife, she even thought he was good. And me and her got into fuss on the telephone because I said I wasn't going to his funeral. So I didn't know him. I didn't. Hell, not even coming to your own grandfather's funeral. I said, well, I don't know him. So I probably won't be there. My mama, she went. So I didn't know him. I didn't. I seen him 3 times in my life. And the 2 times I didn't even know who he was. First time. Third time I didn't know who he was until he left. Daddy come up the steps grinning from ear to ear telling us that's our grandfather. I guess he didn't like her keeping us away from him. He didn't say anything. The only thing I can think of, it wasn't my mama's a bad person. She just didn't like how he did his family. There's a lot of stuff I'm not telling. But I think they met with either one of the A or B person, whichever one it was. Whichever the monster was, the Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, if they would program them into them, they met the Hyde. I mean, which one is it? The Jekyll and the Hyde? Jekyll. Is it the Jekyll? I don't, it's been so long since I've read that old story. As a kid. Whichever one, he was the other side. He's a, that's the side they met. Boy, I believe that documentary. 100%, the one that the InfoWars put up at. Because that's what I study psychology. So I'm always wondering the whys and the hows and how it works. Like even serial killers and stuff, I would examine them. Trying to pick their brains, trying to figure out one that was. So that's what I do when I'm creating these characters. I try to analyze what it would be like if they would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll walk around and I'll be looking for something to center on because I think that's what the killer is. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know because I don't have that brain. I have to guess. Like I might see a certain hat or a certain hairstyle or a certain dress or the way the character walks. And I'll go after the character with Michael and them based on how the characters present themselves. I'd always study the psychology of everything. I don't mean I'm good at it. That just means I did it. No expert. I can't tell you I'm an expert. And I do study things like that. Like the psychology behind it. And then when I was hearing that documentary, now it makes sense. Why everybody says he's a good person, but my mama doesn't remember him as a good person. She's been talking about something that happened that he done to her today. I don't repeat it. Psychology. And what about the A-B personalities that made 100% sense? Because they met one of them. I don't know which one, the program person they met, but they met one of them. They met the, is it Jekyll or Hyde? The bad side of Jekyll. I need to look that up. I don't remember. That's all. Jekyll sounds dark, but it might have been Hyde. I bet it's Hyde. That's the second part of it. Jekyll and Hyde. I bet it's Hyde. I'll take my last cabbie today. And I'll try to go over into the director's mode because I put it down yesterday and I didn't do it. I don't want to do that again today. That's false advertising. That's a faulty subject. It wasn't delivered. I just didn't feel like. got turned wrong there for a second. That's it. Yeah, I'll let this be his last caddy. He earned some more money. I found out something about Dalton. We got several cab companies here that run 24/7. Something I didn't know. One of them's a Mexican runner. Shockingly, he's got English on his website, so he must cater to both English and Spanish speaking Mexicans. Mexicans? It's not Mexican, it's Spanish.
Listen up, Dick. Is there a problem?
He must cater to both. I was looking at his website.
I got a pickup not too far from you. Sending you the address now.
This is curious. I asked the AI or the Google. I was doing a Google search. What would be cheaper? I said if you needed a car and you couldn't drive, would it be cheaper to take a cab or Uber? Cabs is cheaper. And Dalton indeed it was telling me that. I said if you need 24/7, there's a couple that do 24/7. So I started looking at the company. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll get curious about things, do searches. I've told y'all that if I had them, like say I don't date, but if I had them, I'd got my own self to the date. I wouldn't have my mama doing that. Not a man. I was a man. That's the most unmanliest thing you could do. You're dating and you had to depend on your mama to get you to, because you're the man. You're the man. That would be the most unmanliest thing you could ever do. I don't date. But now I am curious what my other options are besides just depending on, because my mama's up there. I don't have my mama forever. So, I'm going to have to learn to be independent. I don't even know if they're going to let me drive. The old doctor started that in last time. I don't even understand why. Oh yeah, he wants me to have that cataract surgery. I don't want nobody operating on my damn life. I can see, I just got cataract. And sometimes when I want to, I can sit here unless a stick fucks me up, or that deliberately hit me. I can usually drive, like I've even tested. I don't even pay attention to the traffic and everything. And I've got a smaller view with this game than I do with a windshield. My monitor's only like 14 or something. The other's 12. The actual computer's 12. The extended's 14. I was going for an 18. They showed me the wrong one twice. I kid you not, Walmart pulled that on me twice. They ended up giving them both to me. Giving me a refund on both of them because I didn't get what I paid for and they let me keep them. They did it twice. I kid you not. I ordered the 18, received the 14. Second again, 18, 14. Thing about this, the 14 was cheaper than the 18. And they did it